It's time to add a little TLC to the Rocket Bunny kit for the 350Z, and if you've been noticing for a while, I've actually been running the incorrect side skirts on the car. I recently found out you were supposed to run stock side skirts with the Rocket Bunny fenders, not aftermarket ones. So today I have some stock 350Z side skirts, and we're going to wrap them and get them fitted properly on the Rocket Bunny kit. The main reason I'm doing this is for AutoCon this Sunday. If you do not already have your tickets for it, links will be down below, and you can use this code to save yourself $5 on pre-sale tickets. It's gonna be a lot of fun. The whole crew is gonna be there, and Hunco is gonna be having its first pop-up shop, so I highly suggest you make it out. With that being said, I have the BRZ that I need to make look flawless, and I'd like to take the 350Z as well. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm trying to make that car pretty enough to be shown. So the first step is cleaning off these 350Z side skirts. Shout out to Mother's Polish for the all-in-one cleaner. And once these are all cleaned up, I have some spare wrap that the car is currently colored, and we're gonna use that to fix these puppies up. With these side skirts being so long, we're definitely gonna have to do these in 2 pieces. I briefly mentioned to you guys how some of that works. It's all about finding a hidden line or a hidden crease and playing with it to make sure that you don't really notice it too much. I'm not sure what the best way to go about this is, so I'm actually gonna have Mickey help us with it today. He's in the office currently, but he actually used to work at Modern Image, which is a wrap shop. He's worked there for a couple years, so he's actually pretty talented with doing wraps. So I usually turn to him for any assistance that I need. I saw on Instagram comments that you guys were curious as to why the FD was off the lift. I think some of you may have thought the motor was here. It's not here. Actually, Mickey's on the phone right now with customs because the motor is currently stuck in customs, and we need to like pay some taxes and stuff to get it completely imported, and then it gets delivered to us. We actually threw some of my 350Z wheels on the car just to kind of move it around the shop. This wheel style is really unflattering with the RX-7, so disregard that. There's not too many more things that we have to do before the interior is done. One of the things that I want to do is relocate the battery from the front of the car to the rear of the car, so that's the only holdup as to why the carpet isn't 100% installed at the moment. But the dash is ready to go back in. Our seats that I'm going to be getting from Sparco are almost here. They're pretty special, so it's kind of taking a while to get. And then we need to get the seat rails for that, so we can mock up the seat rails to make sure that our holes that we cut for the carpet are good. And that's kind of it. And then the motor's ready to go in. This is going to be done in 2 pieces. If this was going on a show car or you were a little more concerned about it, you could just do 1 long piece and waste a bunch of material. But because I'm trying to preserve the amount of material that I have, and because chances of this getting destroyed on like the next track day, it's just, that seems like a waste to me. So I'm going to be cutting 2 pieces, and this gives an example of the first piece. So I cut maybe about 12 inches, and it's going to stop about almost near the end, like 5/6 of the way, and then I'm just going to cut another like 2 feet and wrap this side and make a little hidden seam right here. The front fender like kind of hides this front portion of the side skirt anyway, so it's going to work out just fine. These are the old Hot Boy skirts. We had to do this weird awkward cut to make it fit, and today we're gonna fix that. So to do that, we're gonna start off by taking off this fender. We have rivets in here. I don't really like rivets too much just for this exact reason, because when you go to remove them, it's just a complete mess. So I may put in some Downstar hardware. I'm not exactly sure yet, but let's go ahead and drill these out and get moving. I'm actually gonna go ahead and redo the front fenders on this car. I'm gonna drill out all these rivet holes, and I'm gonna make the appropriate sized holes for these walnuts. I'm gonna put Downstar hardware on here just because Frank always hooks it up. And if you guys do not use Downstar hardware or you are unfamiliar with it, I'll link it down below. I use his hardware on all of my cars, and now I'm even gonna be using it on my 350Z. So huge shout out to Frank from Downstar. So what we're gonna do is drill this to a 3/8 size bit, because that is, whoops, rip. I'm gonna drill holes on the fender and on the over fender for the 3/8 size. So we're able to use this hardware, and I'm also gonna go ahead and clean all this up. All right, now with that old side skirt off, this new one should pop right on. The beauty of having stock side skirts is that it goes on with ease. Sweet, okay, so now this Rocket Bunny fender should tuck under this. Who knows, I actually may need to cut it. Let's find out though. All right, with that cut, this should fit on just perfectly.
We'll see about that.
I decided I'm gonna take this just one step farther to make it look as pretty as I can without like overspending my time in the car. Because like I mentioned many times in the past, I love having my car look really cool. I love having a real rocket bunny kit on the car, but the last thing I want to do is get too caught up on making it look too pretty when it just goes out on the track and risks its life every time it sees track time. I'm gonna go ahead and use some of this rocket bunny fender trim on the car. Totally unnecessary, but in my opinion, I think it looks a little bit better than running it just over fender on the actual fender of the car. So I'm just gonna measure this out on the most like critical sides and we'll run it and see how it looks. So this is a pretty simple material. It just has a little like adhesive on the back of it, and it just adds a little trim so when it sits on the car, it's, you know, it's supposed to create like a little protection from it sitting on the actual paint or wrap or whatever you're putting it on. I just think it looks cool. Moment of truth, putting the fender on with the new Downstar hardware. It's gonna look legit. All right, this side is complete. It looks pretty good. The only thing we're missing is Downstar hardware on the rear end, but because that's a different panel and that's not Rocket Bunny, this works just fine. That fitment is now a lot better and looks like it's supposed to. The only thing that sucks about using white vinyl on this car is that when we replace bits and pieces that break and as we put new ones on, there's a pretty noticeable difference between the new white and like the old white, especially in the back. The backs get discolored faster than anything else just because the wheels get so hot, and you can see like the fender itself actually starts to turn brown from the heat and it discolors pretty quickly. But it's reasons like that why I try not to care too much how the car looks, because at the end of the day, it's all about the driving, not the look. So these side skirts look so much better. It's a subtle difference, but me staring at it every day, I think it stands out a lot. It just makes the front end look so much better. Now, since I'm doing all this prep for the show and for you guys to come see the car, I'm putting a little extra mile into all of this. I put the wing back on, even though for round 2 at Horseleaf Mile, I'm not gonna be running it. So I'm throwing the wing back on there just so it looks pretty. And I'm gonna throw a fresh shed of meat on there. And because this is one of my more ugly rears, I thought I would just throw a nicer run because I'm assuming people are gonna be taking pictures of the car. Although it looks like crap, but I'll make it look the best I can. All right, here's the final look of the day. I just walked around the whole entire car and detailed it with a little spray wax to make it look nice and pretty. It looks good. It's nice seeing in a little change of perspective of it being kind of put together and somewhat clean. This Downstar hardware, I'm starting to grow on me. It's definitely a little gangster on the drift car. But for those that are coming out this Sunday, I'm super excited for you to see it. I know a lot of you will appreciate this actually being out there. I'm gonna end up towing this up on Saturday and bring the BRZ up. So you guys have gotten to watch all of us build this car. So it means a lot for me to bring it out for you to see it. This is my first time seeing both these cars in the light together. This is technically their first meeting of each other. It's cool seeing both Rocket Bunny kits on this car and seeing both kind of versions of Rocket Bunny for both cars. Something that I didn't really notice until not too long ago is if you look at the front bumper of the V3 kit on the BRZ, notice the way the front bumper is stopped with the fangs, and then look at the Rocket Bunny version, and it's like the same exact thing. I didn't notice that for like a pretty long time. I'm surprised. They both kind of have like this like fang type of thing right here. I don't know what you would call this part, but they both have it. And I think it's pretty cool in the both respects. They kind of share the same face. For some reason, I think that's so neat. And it's cool seeing both these cars together. From this angle, the stock side skirt fitting with the Rocket Bunny looks way, way better. I mean, don't mind the crappy wrap job that's on there, but you guys know how it is. Seeing these cars together means a lot to me. And I'm sure it means a lot to you guys because that has been like a dream of mine for so long. Like that's my absolute dream car. And then building this has been like my newest obsession. So having them both together exactly how I would have them is pretty special. Yesterday I ended the video with a nice positive ending with a good meaning behind it that we used to do a lot in the past. And today on Instagram, there was a comment that pretty much talked shit about the ways that my BRZ and my 350 looked. Hate comments are fine, they happen, that's fine, but what I'm highlighting is the support that you guys had in the whole entire thread of comments towards that one person. I'm not gonna mention the person's name because I would just be highlighting him for his own stupidity. I will say it is nice to have handfuls of you guys just rip this guy apart. Although I don't support hating, this wasn't hating, this was supporting me, and literally one of the comments was, we always got TJ's back, and that just was fucking awesome to see. Now on this topic, I get this question a lot, and people often ask me, how do you deal with negativity and hate towards you or whatever you're doing? And I'm not gonna sit here and say hate comments don't get to me, because they get to everybody to some extent. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, no one likes to be told they're doing something wrong. No one likes to be told they're doing something the wrong way. No one likes to get pushed down. But what's important is to remember that haters are idiots. Haters are losers. They try to bring others down to bring themselves up. They think that's how the world works when that is not at all the way it works. It's very easy to hate on others. It's very difficult to be creating and be doing things. Always remember that. People often pass it off as, oh, I'm joking around. No, if you're hating on someone, you're a loser, no matter what. For me personally, the way I deal with it is I use all that force pushing down on me to push back up. And you know what? It's worked pretty damn well for myself for the past 2 years. So I really hope you guys can use that mentality and apply it to whatever day-to-day basis you might be struggling with. And at the end of the day, no matter what, nothing will drive them more crazy than seeing you succeed and doing whatever it is that you love to do. Trust me, that really pisses people off. I hope that helps in any way, shape, or form. Offering my advice to you guys is something that I'm finding I really like doing, and I love seeing the commentary in the comments down below. It always makes my day. As always, guys, I will see you first thing in the morning. Y'all already know. Hope to see you guys this Sunday at AutoCon. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, and keep moving forward.